Welcome to Baxter's weekly yoga balance video. I'm Baxter Bell. I'm here at the Oakland Yoga Studio today. And today I'd like to share with you a balance pose called the Marionette. And I actually have to give kudos out to Melina Meza. Melina has an awesome book on yoga modifications called, that's what it's called. And Melina spelled M-E-L-I-N-A, last name M-E-Z-A. And you can find that book online at her website, melinameza.com. So if you're interested in learning how to modify your practice in some interesting ways, pick up a copy of Melina's book. So this is comes in a couple of her practices, and I'm going to show it to you now. So basically you're going to step your feet apart, about 3 feet apart, and you're going to spin your right leg out, and your left leg back, and for a moment come down into a lunge. From your lunge, you're going to step your back foot forward just a couple inches, and you're going to bend your back knee a little bit, and very carefully come up to standing. So the back knee is bent right now. The front knee is bent right over the front ankle, more or less, and your hands are on your hips or just down by your sides. And then picking a good gaze in front of you, a spot for your gaze to fix on your inhale, you're going to straighten both knees carefully, and then you're going to exhale and bring the knees back into their original position. So the back knee bends a little bit, the front knee bends over the front ankle. Inhaling, you're going to come up. Exhaling, you're going to come back down. Let's do that one more time dynamically. Inhale, come up, and exhale, come down. Now we're going to come up for a moment and stay. So straighten the front leg, straighten the back knee. The back heel's off the floor, and you're just going to work here for a few moments. It's actually quite amazing how tricky the balance can be between that front foot and that back foot. And then finally, after a couple breaths, where you bend the front knee and then step forward. So that's the first side. Let's do the second side so we can get it on both sides. So step your feet apart, about 3 feet apart. Turn your left leg out, and then we're going to spin the back heel down for a moment, come down into a high lunge. We'll step the back foot forward just a couple inches, bend the back knee a little bit toward the floor, and then very carefully, that transition off the floor can be pretty tricky, because I want to keep the knee bent, but I want to keep the leg strong. Front knee more or less right over the front ankle, and then on an inhale, we're going to straighten both legs, and then we're going to exhale and rebend the legs to where they were initially. Inhale, straighten the front leg, straighten the back leg. There's a marionette string pulling you up, and then the magical puppeteer lets you come back down. Let's do that one more time dynamically. Inhaling and exhaling. And finally, come up into the pose. Really work the knees. Really lift up. Find your balance. Again, a couple breaths here is fine. A couple more. If you start to get better at this, maybe work your way up gradually. And then finally, as you exhale, bring the knee down, bring the arms down, and step forward to the front of your mat. So the marionette involves the feet being side by side. So seen from the front, just to give you a little perspective, the feet are about hip distance apart. And of course, as you come up, you want to keep that back leg nice and even, that heel nice and steady, and forward and down. So the feet are about hip distance apart as you line up for the pose. So imagine that marionette string pulling you up and lowering you down, and then work for a little while with the held version on both sides. So there you have it, today's balance pose of the week, the Marionette. Kudos again, thanks go out to Melina Meza. Check out her book on yoga modifications. It's actually her third book. All of them are awesome for your home practice. If you're in town, come to the Oakland Yoga Studio and follow me on my website, baxterbell.com. On my blog site, Yoga for Healthy Aging, we've got a book coming out in about a year. Just got a contract for that. Pretty exciting times. And also follow me on Yoga U Online, where you can actually participate in longer practices on their practice channel. 10 days free trial. Check it out soon. All right, till next time, thanks a lot. Namaste.